Wow, congratulations! What a successful solo concert at the Araneta Coliseum! And with his accomplishments sa music, sa acting, sa hosting, and ito na nga ang kanyang solo concert sa Araneta Coliseum na sobrang successful. There's really plenty to discuss with this very tall guy. So please, let's give a round of applause to the Asia's pop heartthrob, Darren!
Hello! What's up, Aday?
Hello!
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you naman, may time ka pa for us.
Napaka-okay. Ako naman. Maraming salamat din for, giving me the opportunity to thank everyone who attended and stuff like that. Hindi pa rin ako makapaniwala sa nangyari last June 1. I can't believe it's been 2 weeks.
Yun na nga eh. So, kamusta yung feeling? Like, sabi mo nga, 2 weeks na, tapos nangyari talaga yun, ang dami mong prod numbers, nagawa nyo lahat, pinag-usapan talaga, puno yung Araneta Coliseum. So, lahat doon ginawa mo at what age? 23 years old?
Yeah. Oo. Siyempre, it's always been a dream of mine na magkaroon ng isang solo concert sa Araneta Coliseum kasi ang dami ko nung napanood na singers, performers, ever since I was young na nagko-concert doon. Tapos sinisigaw nila yung Araneta! Ganon. So sabi ko talaga sa 10th anniversary ko gusto ko na maisigaw yun. And I didn't even expect it to happen on my 10th. Kasi wala po talaga akong plano. Parang yan, yung Star Music talaga tsaka Star Magic yung nagsabi na no, we have to celebrate your 10th. Tapos sabi ko, sige po, pero ayaw nung alam mo yung malaking venue, yung super grand.
Sa 10th mo?
Yeah, ayun. Sila yung nagsabi talaga na hindi kailangan Araneta or MOA lang yung mga option mo. So I was like, no! Grabe! So yun po. And now it's, it finally happened. And it's still sinking in. Yeah.
At ngayon naman, kitang-kita mo, di ba? Buti na lang pinush mo talagang Araneta kasi sold out pa. But of course, for everyone's information, this is not the first time you had a sold-out concert. Isang malaking venue, di ba? Nakapag-sold out concert ka na rin sa MOA Arena before. Pero ito yun nga, sabi mo, iba rin talaga yung sa Araneta, di ba? Kasi napapasigaw ka na, what? Paano mo ginawa yung moment mo sa Araneta?
Sa opening spiels ko, sabi ko talaga, tagal ko nang hinintay itong moment na to. Good evening, Araneta! Sabi ko, saan pa na lang feeling? Isa pa nga. Tapos syempre yung audience, they were very, tawag dun, they were just also excited for me. I felt their love as well. Tsaka, ang dali din makakonect sa kanila. So, na-appreciate ko yun. Kasi, we're all celebrating my 10 years together po talaga. Tsaka, we've done the Christmas special sa Araneta Coliseum before, special events, Star Magic Day, stuff like that. Pero iba pala talaga kapag alam mong sarili mong show, yung nangyayaring event doon. Yeah.
Lahat ikaw talaga yung sineselebrate that night. It was your moment. So, paano yung days or months even leading up to that concert? Gaano ka-intense yung preparation mo since nga 10th anniversary concert mo to?
Ako, kasi I already knew what my schedule was gonna be like during the months of May tsaka June. So, alam kong may mga schedules na hindi na may move around. So, talagang nirequest ko po na, can I start doing my rehearsals early, especially for dance? Kasi mas nasa-stress ako sa mga prods ko na may sayaw kaysa may kanta. Kasi syempre yung memorization, parang second nature na sa pagkanta eh. But with dance, it's different. So, May pa lang nagsimula na ako sa dance rehearsals. And then, may mga ilang weeks akong hindi nakakapag-prep for my own concert because I was doing other shows here and abroad also. So, ayun, I just wanted to get a head start din po kasi para hindi ako mabigla pagbalik ko galing from, at the time, Germany. So, yeah, I just wanted to be prepared talaga kasi syempre hindi biro yung Araneta Coliseum tapos alam mo yung ang dami kong iniisip, ino-overthink ko paano kung magkamali ako sa sayaw ko, sa kanta ko, paano kung magkasakit ako because of all the stuff I'm doing in between rehearsals. So yun.
Yung bukod dun sa'yo nga, Germany, yung mga out of the country mo, may showtime ka pa, araw-araw kang nakikita sa TV, may ganun ka pang ginagawa, sobrang busy mo dahil.
I mean, they understood naman kung di ako makapasok, pero parang sinabi rin nila na kahit opening lang, makapaglaro ka lang ng karaoke, tsaka show and bulilit, tas pwede ka nang dumiretso sa rehearsals mo. And it's nice to have a routine At saka, parang yun yung pang-start ko ng araw ko eh. Showtime muna, tapos saka ako magre-rehearse. Pagdating ko sa rehearsals, yung adrenaline ko, nandun na agad kasi syempre, you're hyping up naman ng people. And nakadagdag din siya, nakatulong siya to kind of prep me for the day, calm my nerves. Yeah.
Last na lang na question before I open the floor to our friends from the media. Napag-usapan na nga natin yung Showtime. And of course, isa sa mga naging special guests mo sa iyong concert ay si Meme Vice.
Yes.
So, how hands-on were you sa pagplano ng magiging flow, yung mga magiging guest mo? Dahil ba naging part ka ng Showtime family, kaya parang mas nabulungan mo si Meme Vice na, uy, guest ka naman sa akin.
Actually, hindi. Si Ate Vice isa sa mga sumusuporta na sa career ko ever since after The Voice Kids. Yung lagi siyang nandyan giving me tips, not just for my career but also my personal life. Kasi talagang vocal siya sa akin na, alam mo, isa ka sa mga taong pinoprotektahan namin. Like, I will always stand up for you pag may nag-api sa'yo. Mga ganon. So, I've always felt Ate Vice's love. Very genuine siya sa person. Tsaka, ayun, sa 10th year ko gusto ko naman ding maimbitahan siya because I've guested in her concerts before. Tsaka syempre sa mga shows niya, GGV, Showtime, and now I wanted her to be part of my 10th anniversary din. Kasi naging parte naman din siya ng journey ko in showbiz, si Ate Vice. Opo. Tapos sa concert naman, like the program flow and stuff like that, hindi pa namin yun iniisip nung binubuo yung show. Parang gusto lang namin makabuo ng mga prods muna, ano ba yung mga gusto kong kantahin, yung mga importante na milestone sa career ko nung kinanta ko at that time, mga ganun. So, lahat, yung mga guests may connection sa 10 years ko eh. Like, nagsimula kami kay Laika, syempre The Voice Kids, Team Sara. Nagkaroon kami ng reunion doon. Kinanta namin yung grand finals piece namin, yung Narito Ako, tsaka ngayon. And then, syempre, sumunod doon yung mga some of the country's best balladeers. We have Tito Ogie Alcacid, Kuya Eric Santos, and Tito Gary Valenciano. So, I was just so happy to be with them on stage kasi syempre itong mga artists na to, people I looked up to ever since I was a kid. Tapos, alam niyo po yung hindi sila walang dalawang isip na umuo sa pag-guest po sa concert ko. Lahat ng mga guests very supportive. And with that concept naman, parang, yun nga, parang nakakasama ko sila sa ASAP din. So, they've already been there. They've been part of my 10 years also. And then, we also had my family who surprised me. Siyempre, sila yung pinakaunang mga sumuporta sa akin 10 years ago, even before I joined The Voice Kids. So, it was really nice. Doon ako pinaka-na-touch. It was one of my favorite moments in my concert, yung sinurpresa nila ako on stage and then they sang with me.
Yun na nga eh, kasi si Darren, di ba, sobrang professional, talagang top of your game lagi when you're performing, super professional. We don't usually see you get emotional.
Yun nga.
Kasi talagang focus na focus ka, perfect ka lagi. Pero dito talaga nakita namin yung human side mo, Darren. Parang naging emotional ka dito.
Oo, te. As in, yung pinipigilan ko pa eh. Tapos dahil pinigilan ko, mas lalo siyang dumami. Yung parang, yung buhos ng emosyon ko, wala na. Lumabas na in that moment. Kasi sobrang, hindi ko in-expect. Tapos before the concert, syempre, inaayusan na po ako, pati kapatid ko, kasi yung plan was magduduet kami ni Linel, yung sister ko.
Yun lang ang alam mo, siya lang.
Tapos, tinatawag na ng glam team ko yung mom ko, yung dad ko, hindi, kailangan po maganda po kayo, baka po kayo sa araw na to, syempre, 10th anniversary, gano'n. So sabi ko, wow, naghahanda kayo. Eh, si daddy, syempre, hindi naman yun nagpapaayos on a regular basis or even during my concerts. Hindi naman siya nagbibihis ng gano'n or nagpapaayos ng buhok. Pero pinagawa na nung 10th ko, so I was like, oh, ang special naman. Tapos yun pala, sasampa rin sila sa stage, di ba?
Hindi ka nakaramdam talaga no, nung inaayusan sila. Akala mo lang, special lang kasi yung araw.
Ganun lang talagang naramdaman ko. I mean, they get ready for my birthdays and stuff like that pag concert ko, pero parang wala rin. Parang ganun lang din yung ginagawa nila nung 10th ko. So hindi ko na naramdaman na, siguro susuprasan nila ako sa stage. Yeah. And then, of course, aside from Ate Vice, who we mentioned earlier, yung coach ko during The Voice Kids, Ate Sara Geronimo, was one of my guests also. At sobrang hyper ni Coach Sara eh. Yung na-overwhelm ako kasi gustong-gusto niya yung prod, ang dami niyang gustong gawin sa song namin, bibitaw na and alam. And it was really so flattering na isa sa mga tao ulit na iniidolo ko ever since I was a kid is now part of one of my shows. So, maraming salamat, Coach Sarah, for being part of my 10th year anniversary. At finally, natuloy nga yung collaboration po namin na matagal na namin tinatry gawin. Yeah.
Sana nga, 2 more collabs, diba?
Yes.
Darren and Sarah G.
Opo.
Yes. Kaya kayo sing intense, mga desusik. Oo, napakahuhusay talaga. But anyway, ang dami mo na nakwento, Darren, thank you. But of course, mayroon pang mga gustong itanong ang ating friends from the media. So, alamin na natin yan. Let's start with General Cedro from Kapamilya Universe.
Hello po!
Meron po.
Ayun.
Hi, Darren. Congrats sa very successful mong concert.
Thank you.
For my question, anong pakiramdam na hindi lang buong Araneta yung nawindang sa pakaldag mo?
Ayan na!
Pati nag-viral din online.
Yes.
Request mo ba yun or part lang talaga ng steps? Wala bang sample ulit yan?
Hindi ko talaga siya in-expect na magbabiral ng ganon. Actually, yung prod na yun was something na we thought of kasi parang may 2 options ako for a dance prod para lang ma-break yung puro kanta. So, yung isa yung option na ginawa ko was parang legit na sayaw na pang-compete. I mean, kasama ko yung A-team eh. So, I wanted to dance hip-hop. Yung hindi nakikita ng tao sa akin sa ASAP ng mga dance prods, ganun. But then also, since I'm celebrating my journey in the industry, my journey growing up, gusto ko rin for you know, a more nostalgic touch din, yung dance hits through the years. So yun yung napili namin. And the whole segment started niya with a clip of me when I was 1 year old dancing to Take On Me.
Cutie!
Yeah, so dun siya nagsimula. And then, ayun, nagpro-progress yung sayaw until dumating na siya sa Swala. So, nung unang rehearsal, nagulat ako kasi siyempre pinakita sa akin ng A-team ko anong gagawin ko. And I was like, oh wow! Ito talaga yung hindi ko ginagawa sa ASAP. Alam mo yun, yung parang...
So, A-team ang nag-decide? A-team yung nag-decide na gagawin mo yun?
Yes, sina Coach Ada yung parang nasa edad ka naman eh, tsaka this is your 10th year, you know, you have to show something a little more sexy, a little more mature. Kasi hindi kailangan pakita natin sa crowd na hindi na ito yung Darren from The Voice Kids, hindi na ito yung Darren ng 10 years ago. So, I think naipakita naman po namin doon sa Swala, part ng dance prod. Yeah.
Yes. Grabe nga, nag-viral. Alam mo, kada tumutundo ka sa Araneta, nag-viral ka talaga. Alala mo last time, dati nag-trend yung Darren Espanto hype.
Ayun, sa Araneta din.
Araneta rin yun, di ba? Kasi
hypen.
bigla kang tumangkad daw. Parang ang laki-laki mo compared sa mga dancers mo.
Opo. So, ayun. Tsaka, natawa ko kasi yung assistant ni Dolly Pangilinan. Sabi niya, grabe, nakarating sa mga walang TV yung kaldag mo. Yung sa cellphone, nagkaroon siya ka-viral. Sabi ko, ano ba yan? Hindi ko na alam kung kakatuwa o mahihiya na lang ako pag pinapakita, kinukwento sa akin. Si Kuya Jello eh.
Hi, Kuya Jello. Yan siya. Pero ang ganda nga nun, di ba? Kasi yun yung mga nagiging problema ng child stars, di ba? O yung nakilala, sumikat ng kabataan, hindi na tumatanda sa isipan ng mga tao. Mahirap tumanda sa isipan ng mga tao.
Pag-transition ng image.
Oo. Ikaw, I think ngayon, safe na.
No!
Na medyo andun ka na sa transition part talaga. Parang tanggap na ng mga tao pag kumakantag ka.
Yes po. Tsaka, grabe talaga, pinost ni Doc Vicky yun sa reels niya. Yung part pa na yun, yun lang. Yun ang pinost niya sa reels niya.
Yes, oo. So, thank you for asking that question. Okay, thank you, General. Okay, punta naman tayo kay Jason Laluna from Certified Kapamilya.
Hi, Darren.
Hello po.
First of all, congratulations to sa successful na Litan concert.
Salamat po.
So, this is, first part ng question ko is, kasi, technically, parang ito na yung pinaka-important concert mo kasi 10th anniversary concert mo. Pero, nakakaroon ka rin ng mga sold-out concerts before. Did you feel pressure leading up to the pagbebenta ng tickets? Nagkaroon ka ba ng doubt sa sarili mo na, mapupuno ko ba? Nagkaroon ka ba ng anxiety?
Ako po, meron akong anxiety overall sa buong show talaga, yung from the prod numbers, you know, the attendance also, it's a huge factor because you're doing a show in the Araneta Coliseum, and not everyone, you know, has the guts to do that. I did not have the guts to do that. It was really ABS-CBN who put their trust in me to do the show at the Araneta Coliseum po talaga. So, yeah, of course, that was something that I also thought of. Yung isa sa mga ino-overthink ko, yung may ganun ba kadaming manonood sa akin sa 10th anniversary ko, pero ano eh, yung Darenatics, they proved me wrong. Parang isa yun sa mga naging goals nila din, and we checked it off of our bucket lists together. So maraming salamat sa Darenatics na sumuporta, sa mga Darenatics na nasa ibang bansa na nagpadala ng suporta nila para makabili ng ticket yung mga Darenatics na, you know, wala pang means, yung mga students. So yeah, maraming salamat po for being able to help me fulfill my dream of, you know, selling out the Araneta Coliseum. Kasi hindi ko naman goal yun eh, yung parang okay na sa akin yung hindi complete attendance, yung basta marami namang manood, pero hindi ko po in-expect na masa-sold out siya talaga. So yeah, thank you so much po sa lahat ng nanood, bumili ng tickets. And even nung na-sold out na, ang dami pang naghahanap. So, ayun. Thank you po. Nakakataba ng puso na, ang dami palang may gustong manood sa akin. Yun.
Aww. Ang humble-humble naman ni Darren.
Hindi, totoo. Siyempre na, grabe yung anxiety ko talaga. Yung parang, until the other night, nanaginip ako na May 31 ulit. As in, nanaginip ako na May 31 ulit. Tapos, sa panaginip ko, parang totoo siya eh. Na parang, oh my gosh, bukas na yung concert. Ganun siya kalala. Opo. Tapos hindi ako nakakatulog masyado din the nights before.
Alam mo, buti kunin mo yun kasi parang mas nagkaroon kami ng idea kung gaano siya ka-stressful siya. Kasi napanaginipan mo na ganung level kahit tapos na.
Napapanaginipan ko talaga siya, Tay.
Yes.
Yung follow-up question ko, from anxiety, leading to the day, tapos paglabas mo sa stage, nakita mo yung crowd, punong-puno, take us there. Kung ano yung naramdaman mo, ano ba, nagibabaw pa rin ba yung kaba or excitement, paano ba?
Actually, yung naramdaman ko po talaga, parang na-lessen yung kaba ko nung nakita ko yung surprise video ni Tito Martin. Kasi isa sa mga promises niya sa akin, dahil naging front act niya ako sa Canada back in like 2010, sabi niya, one day I'm gonna be your front act as well. Eh, nasa US po siya, so I didn't expect anything. Tapos gumawa siya ng hologram video. Before the concert, they played it. So nakatulong siya sa kaba ko. It lessened my nerves. And then, yung naghatid sa akin sa marker ko before the opening was Tito Butch, who was also the man in my blind audition video na naghatid sa akin sa marker ko for my blind audition in The Voice Kids. So it was really like a nostalgic moment para sa akin. Tapos Tito Butch sabi niya, natatandaan mo 10 years ago, ito rin ginawa ko sa'yo. Natid kita sa marker mo bago yung performance mo, tapos eto na naman tayo. So, ayun, nakakatulong din po yun sa kabe. And then, when the LED opened, nakita ko yung tao, yung mga light sticks na green, and I was really just overwhelmed. I was in shock. Yung, grabe, ito na yun, yung kinikilabutan ako, 10 years ko to. Alam niyo po, yun yung, it's just something I can't explain in words. It's a surreal moment. Tsaka the fact na, anyway, like going back, like the fact that there's that many people watching me, for my show, yun po. Thank you.
Thank you. And gusto ko lang i-note ha, the way that you speak about it, yun nga kanina ko pa sinasabi, parang ang humble nung mindset mo na hindi mo sure kung kaya mo bang punuin yun, kinakabahan ka pa. Tapos yung mga binabanggit mo, yung mga people behind the scenes, sina Kuya Jello kanina, si Papa Butch, floor director po namin yan, isa sa mga legend direct sa ABS. So, alam mo yung pangalan nila, kinikilala mo sila, and natatouch ka kapag talagang binabalikan nila dun sa 10 years ago.
Yes.
So, it speaks so much about your personality, Darren, na talagang hindi lumalaki yung ulo mo, nakaka-proud.
Kala nyo lang. Medyo ko lang. Opo. Kasi sa mga priorities ng magulang ko, pag lumaki yung ulo ko, talagang babatukan nila ako. They really do that.
Tama yan, tama yan. Ganyan ka lang forever, Darren. Okay, ngayon naman, punta po tayo kay Mylene De Leon of Pop Live. Hi, Mylene.
Hello po.
Okay, I'm sure nung you were in The Voice pa lang, you didn't think na you'd celebrate anniversary, 10th anniversary sa Araneta. Now that it has happened, ano nakikita mo sarili mo sa music industry? Saan ka napapunta? You have to syempre talk din na 10th anniversary. Do you see yourself in an international career or mga plans mo pa for your music career?
Alam niyo po, akala ko after ng concert ko, makakapagpahinga na ako. Hindi pala talaga. Dami pa rin mga nangyayari, mga ganap. And I'm just so grateful and I feel so blessed. Kasi, ayun po, mas gusto ko rin yung maraming nangyayari kaysa naman wala. And one of those things is recording kasi we're trying to finish up my first album under Star Music. Iniisip namin kung i-release namin siya before the concert kung saan or during or the night before the concert, pero sabi namin, let's just let the concert have its own moment and then let's have my first album under Star Music have its own moment as well. So that's one of the things that we're doing now. And to release music internationally, hopefully, syempre po, in the future, do another performance on the global stage, katulad ng ginawa ko po dati for Singer 2019. And yeah, that's it in terms of music. Tapos, yun po, showtime araw-araw. I'm also planning to go on a short vacation back in Canada. Kasi after Can't Buy Me Love, diretso na pong rehearsals for the concert, tapos other things, shoots and other shows as well. So I really requested to block off at least 2 weeks lang para makahinga. Opo, yun.
So concert mo rin, you mentioned na the very important people in your life were there. Your parents, coach mo. Meron bang somebody missing na you wish nandun siya yung special moment na yun sa Araneta?
Well, I mean, for me, sino ba? I mean, nakaka-touch din kasi nagbiyahe po talaga yung mga relatives ko from Nueva Ecija, Nueva Vizcaya. I mean, I wish all of them were there kasi some of them are in the States, in Canada. And of course, yung grandma ko on my dad's side who passed away before I joined The Voice Kids, parang isa yun sa mga pangarap niya para sa akin kasi alam niya kumakanta ako. And one of her dreams for me was to become, you know, a popular singer in the Philippines. So, ayun nga, I know napanood niya naman yun from heaven. But yeah, nakaka-touch din kasi andun din yung grandparents ko from Nueva Vizcaya on my mom's side. And then, ayun po, parang hindi ko rin in-expect na lilipat yung dad ko from Canada and stuff like that. So I was just really happy that they were all part of my milestone as well. Yun po.
Showbiz friends or anybody na sana nandun?
Showbiz friends.
Showbiz friends. Well, marami namang nagsabi na may kasabay na word po yung concert ko in terms of attendance. And yeah, parang whoever was there that night, talagang na-appreciate ko yung effort nila kasi yung iba nanggaling pa sa ASAP rehearsals kasi live yung ASAP on June 2nd, yung iba nanggaling sa training ng Star Magic Games kasi live din sa Araneta the next day yung Star Magic Games. Si Alexa Ilacad na nag-concert the night before, andun din siya. So, it really meant so much to me. Tsaka, you will really know the people who will make an effort for you kahit ano pang mangyari. So it really meant so much. Kasi they didn't have to go out of their way naman para manood. Kasi you can always watch it on YouTube, on, you know, Facebook or Instagram. But to be there in person to support me meant so much. Tsaka isa sa mga hinanakit ko, hindi ko nabati dun in person, si Jeremy tsaka si Kuya Jason din na nanood. Kasi nabanggit ko lahat ng mga artist friends ko na nanood. Tapos hindi ko alam na nanood sila.
Bumawi ka ngayon, Darren. Bumawi ka ngayon.
Maraming salamat, Jeremy Glinogan tsaka Jason D sa panonood. Sila lang hindi ko nabanggit ng concert. So ito na. Maraming salamat. Special mention kayo ngayon. Tsaka siyempre yung childhood crush ko, si Ate Kath, na nag-effort din talaga na bumili siya ng tickets, guys, ha. Hindi siya nagpalibre.
Wow!
Oo, pati yung mga best friend ko, si Angela Ken, tsaka si AC Bonifacio, yung Atayde family, bumili talaga sila ng tickets nila. So, it really meant a lot. Tsaka si Chief Philomeno. Yun.
Deserve ng shoutout. Mga bumili talaga ng tickets.
Oo naman. Grabe talaga. Thank you
Thank
po.
you po, Miss Maylene. Oo.